You support Donald Trump.
Yes.
Why so?
Um, I think in terms of, well, first off, I don't believe what you're saying about him being, I just do not think that's true. The evidence, there's not, like, you're so big on evidence and whatnot, there's not evidence
Can I ask you a
to
question? Can you
support
name
that
one
fully.
piece of evidence in the case that you dispute?
I'm sorry?
Can you name one piece of evidence in the case that you dispute?
My main piece of evidence would be the lack thereof of evidence
So you
that
don't. So you can't name a piece of evidence in the case that you dispute. By the way, there was evidence submitted to the court. The jury has to determine that based upon preponderance of evidence, meaning that there's some level of evidence in the case if there is a determination of his liability. So explain to me what piece of evidence in the case do you dispute? Because if you can't tell me, it sounds like you haven't even looked into the case.
if there was reasonable evidence presented to like actually convict him of something and not just like made up stuff, he would have been convicted of it.
He
It
was
it
held
was
liable. The reason why it wasn't in a criminal court is because of statute of limitations, meaning that after a certain amount of years, no matter the level of evidence, they weren't able to try him in a criminal court. So again, give me one piece of evidence in the case that you dispute. Otherwise, it tells me that you don't even know what was in the case in terms of evidence. So of course you wouldn't be able to evaluate what the evidence was. And the only reason you think that there wasn't evidence is because you didn't look into it.
I don't I have I you're right, I have not done a large amount of research into that case, but I know
No,
enough
you haven't
about
done
it to
any
tell you.
research.
What?
You haven't done any research.
It's not that I haven't done any, it's just I haven't done an
What's
extensive
her
amount.
name?
Like I know Jake?
No, what's her name?
Mommy?
The victim's name.
Uh, I do not know her name.
E. Jean Carroll? You don't even know her name?
No, I
So you
did
don't know
not.
her name. You don't know any evidence in the case. Of course, I don't believe that you have actually done any research into the case.
Yeah.
So
Like, how can you know the facts of the case without knowing knowing your name? Like, that's like the number one fact to know.
I just know what I've seen from news articles. Like I know the news perspective of the case.
what news articles have you looked over? And no, if you read news articles, you would know something about the case. You'd also know her name, probably. So
Well,
you know nothing about the case, and you
that
dispute the.
was also
What news do you? Where do you get your news from? Actually,
um I get it from like local stations, and then I get it from Fox and sometimes CNN actually.
Fox. No, name one CNN host.
One CNN host. I don't watch CNN. I use the
Now
website.
you don't watch CNN. Okay,
I didn't
so
say I watched it. I said I used the website. You didn't ask me.
oh, okay. Can you name one story that you've read on CNN recently?
Recently, yes, recently I read a story on CNN about Trump's new the thing he passed about flag burning in the 1 year in federal prison
Okay,
for
and do you
flag burning.
support that? Because that's a violation of the Constitution, dude.
No, I will say I think I do support that there should be some kind of punishment for flag burning. I don't think
That's a
I
violation of the
I
First
think
Amendment,
1 year
according
is
to the Supreme Court.
extreme. How is that a violation of the First Amendment?
The Supreme Court has ruled on this that it is a violation of the First Amendment because it's
What
symbolic
freedom is it
speech.
violating?
It's symbolic speech, the First Amendment.
I just don't think that's like just in the same reason that like hate speech
Do you
and
think it would
things like
violate the
that.
First Amendment for Donald Trump to make it illegal for me to flip him off?
Yes, I think it would.
Okay, that's symbolic speech. So how is
But
that granted any
that's different.
differently?
It's like
How is that
if
classified
someone
any
is
differently than burning an American flag if it's your flag?
like just like people can't go around burning like a pride flag, for example. I don't understand
By the
what the
way, it's
difference would
legal to
be.
burn a pride
You
flag.
can. You
Yeah,
can.
if you own the
Actually.
flag, it's legal
But
to burn it.
I'm
You
saying
can't
if
burn someone
someone
else's
does that,
flag, but that would be
if
true
someone
for
does
an
that,
American
you
flag as well
guys
currently.
lose your you would lose your crap, right? And that's
No.
valid because that's
No.
burning
Wait,
something
so
that
do
you
you
care
think it should
about.
be illegal? Watch, he just literally debunked himself. Do you think it should be illegal to burn a pride flag?
I think it should be illegal to burn anything that represents a group, which would be a country's flag
So okay,
or
so you think it should be illegal to burn the pride flag?
as much as it should be to burn the American flag. Yes.
Okay, do you think it should be illegal to burn the flag?
Um, No, I think, but you're
But you just
getting
said
into
a
gray
flag that
area.
represents any group of people or any ideological beliefs. You said that it should be illegal
Any
to burn that flag.
positive. Do you
Wait,
own a
hold
Nazi
on.
flag?
What's
Like, what are you?
positive? That's going to depend on the person. So how? So why are you getting to
Do you
decide what's
not think
positive, what's
America
not?
is positive? I mean, I'm
No,
assuming
there are
it is
people who
here.
disagree with that, and you might not like that, but there are people who disagree that America is like a force for good.
I
You can
mean,
disagree with that all
it's
you want.
like
You can
you
disagree,
see
but
overseas, you see overseas like countries that we're at war with burning our flags, and then you want to live
So,
here
by the
and
way,
like
it is symbolic
peace.
speech. It is freedom of speech, right? That was classified by the Supreme Court, right? Given that it was qualified by the Supreme Court to be a violation of the Constitution and your First Amendment rights, why are you not against it? Like against Donald Trump's law putting people in prison for a year for doing so, or executive order.
I no, I said I think the punishment is extreme. I feel like that's valid no matter what side you're on. But I just don't understand how that is a violation of freedom of speech. You're not limited. You can go around, and if what you're trying to symbolize by burning a flag is that, let's say you're trying to say you hate Trump, or there's a
let me ask you a question,
infinite
Jake.
amount of
Unless
ways to say
do
that.
you think, Jake, do you think someone who burns the flag that's a act that is political? So that's a political act.
I
Do you
think
agree with
it's
that?
not necessarily, no. It could
So
be
no.
something.
In the case that Donald Trump wants to do it, if someone has a flag and they're burning it, would that be counter as a act that is political?
If it's directed to Trump, yes.
Okay. Are they trying to convey a message by the burning of that flag?
Yes, they're trying to convey a message in
Okay.
a way that can also be
Therefore, to
dangerous to other
ban the burning of
people.
the flag is to ban it is trying to ban the way in which they are um, uh, uh,
But you can express yourself in
conveying
so
the
many ways,
message. No,
not
no,
in a
no.
way that
You can't
disrespects.
simply say you can't simply say that you can do it another way because you have to have a good reason to ban something in order to say that that is in the government's interest to actually ban it. And
Dangerous.
in most cases, someone who's burned the flag is not harming anybody else. They are only doing it to convey a message, and by banning the flag, you are in essence banning the way that they are saying the message.
Can I ask him
When you
this
start,
question? If you
Yeah.
burn
yeah,
an American flag, right, to make s'mores out of it, like in the place to make in the campfire, do you think it should be illegal?
if you, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
If you
Like,
burn an American flag to make s'mores out of it in the campfire, it's obviously not a threat to anyone's safety. It's in a campfire. If you do it to make some s'mores, should that be illegal?
yes, I think that should be illegal. I think it should also be illegal if that was a pride flag or any other kind of. If you're taking
I
a
mean, if you hold the stance that burning all of these different things should be illegal, well, then you think
if
again.
okay,
So
go
then,
ahead.
under your view, you think burning the Nazi flag should be illegal under your view, right? Because you think burning any flag that represents any people or any ideology should specifically be illegal to burn.
See, but you're bringing it into a trap. This isn't. That's not.
No, it's
It's
just a
not the logic.
demonstration that you don't think
You
that
get what I'm
everything should be
saying? Because
illegal.
if I want to go down this route you're going, it's like, so you're comparing a pride flag to another. Like,
I'm
how
not
are
making
those the
that
same?
comparison. That's not the
Are those
comparison I made.
different? Do you
No, that's not.
acknowledge that a pride flag is
Wait.
different from?
That's not the comparison I was making. What you said was that any specific flag that represents a people or an ideology, right, that should be illegal to burn that flag. I am
More,
simply just saying that
I
is the
never said the
logical
word
conclusion
ideology though.
of what you said. Okay, well then this is flag was in relation to Germany at that time. So
The
would you be okay?
people are the LGBTQ community of people. The Germans are a people.
That's
The
not the
Not even
comparison that
Germans.
I was making. I don't know why
Yeah.
he keeps saying this. I just told you multiple times that's not the comparison I was making. I was saying based upon what you said in terms of, right, burning a flag of a people should be banned, right, and should be illegal, right? That's
A
your
of a
words.
people, not a
No.
people. If
Jake.
you are born in Germany, so let's flash back to World War II times. If you are born in Germany, you are not a. If you join the party by your choice,
Dude, I said
it
Jake.
you understand that that was the representation of the country at that time. And because it was the representation of the country at that time, burning that flag would
so
be
was the
burning a
flag
flag
for
that
Germany
was
in
the
World War II
representation
the
of
German
Germany
flag or
at
the
that
Nazi
time.
flag?
Wait, I'll ask him this question. Do you think burning the Confederate flag should be illegal?
That was at one point. I no, I don't think that should be illegal. if
But
you
it
were
represented
if
the
you have
South.
Confederate roots. And
But
yes,
it represented
I agree.
the South.
I say I think the South
You said
during
because it
that
represents a
time,
group of people, it shouldn't be it should be banned. Meaning that under your standard, it should be
it,
banned. So
a
why don't you?
country
So why do you think
at
burning the American
that
flag
point
should be
they were
banned, but
essentially a
not
nation.
burning the Confederate flag?
During the Civil War, they were essentially a nation, same as the North. That's what
He's proving my
this
point.
was what the fight was over. What?
You just proved my point.
What point did I prove?
You proved that it was a flag in representation of a people.
A people, like, not by choice. That's
What?
the difference. That's what I'm trying to say.
What do you mean not by choice?
If all right, if you were this is during World War II. If you were born in Germany, you were not.
Wait, I have a question. Did I choose for the flag to be the American flag? Did I choose for that flag to be the American flag? No. Okay, so I don't know what you mean.
It's not. I'm not saying you choose what the flag looks like. You choose if they exist in America. Do you choose to be associated with them?
What? No. What? Why'd you ask that question?
So that's a choice. But you were born in America. You live in America. You are an American. You don't choose whether you're an American or not.
I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm just saying that's what was representation of their.
But that's what I'm saying. The difference between your argument is
You're not making any sense.
Illegal to burn a Nazi flag. A Nazi flag
Can I
is
make a point,
something
Parker?
you
Just like,
choose.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just make a point. A flag does not all just represent a people. All flags have a symbolic nature to them. They represent an idea. Even the American flag. In the arguments of Texas v. Johnson, right? The people who are on the side that it should be banned or that it should not be allowed, what was their main argument? It was that it has a symbolic meaning, that the flag means something to us, that it means freedom and it means liberty and it means patriotism. They made a symbolic argument. That same thing applies to all flags, whether it be the flag, would be the flag of pride. All of those flags not only represent a people and a group, but it represents an idea. The pride flag, for example, represents the idea of equality and fairness and love, those things, right? Whereas the flag of Germany was one of hate and one of exclusion and one of demise, right? That's the point, is that we are saying that it can be both, but because it's both, that's why your like dichotomy doesn't matter at all, because we can then pick which one we want to ban and which one we don't, because all flags represent somebody and something.
Yes, but I'm saying there's a difference between a group you are born a part of, or not necessarily born, but it is not your choice to be a part of this group. So let's say you are born and you feel that
I don't see how any of this is relevant to the point we were bringing up.
Because I'm saying there's a difference, because when you debate these guys, you take one thing and then you twist it. You're like, so you want to, like with the last guy.
We're not twisting
what
anything.
he
I
said
don't know
about
what are you talking about. What did we be
It's-
specific with what we twisted?
We're talking about burning an American flag. In no way is the American flag similar to the flag.
Hey, what was
No
the
one
reason?
made that argument.
This guy's not listening. You said that flags should be illegal to burn, given that they
I
represent
said flags
a
that
people.
represent a people, not by choice. If you choose to join a group, even if you choose to join like a
So
video
I
game
didn't choose to be a part of
That's-
America. Therefore, it should be legal to burn the American flag.
No, you didn't choose to be part of America, so it should be illegal.
Why are you
if
adding
So
all
then
these,
wouldn't that
qualifiers?
same thing be true for Germany?
one qualifier, choose or did not choose.
You
Wouldn't that-
added that to the definition. Like what?
Yeah,
Like,
and
that-
also-
that
no,
was not
that's
part
what
of
I'm
your
saying.
original
He's like,
definition.
he's asking
Wait.
me, should it be illegal to burn the Nazi flag?
But wouldn't that be
And
true for
I'm
people who
saying-
lived in Germany at that time?
I'm sorry.
They didn't choose
Who
to be
lived
born
in-
in Germany. They just happened to be born in Germany. Your same argument you just
Yes,
provided
they
doesn't
shouldn't be
provide a
born-
distinction.
So they shouldn't be burning German flags, but a Nazi is a group. When you're born in Germany, you are not a Nazi. My great grandfather.
By the way, back at the time in which it was Germany, that was the representation of Germany at that time.
Yes, but that wasn't Germany. That wasn't my great
What
grand.
is this guy saying?
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
was.
was. It literally
Yes, it
was.
No, it wasn't. My great
Yes, it
grandfather lived in
was.
Germany
You
at
don't
that time
think that
and did not
that the
associate
H man?
with the
Hold on. He could privately.
So your guys'
Hold on,
argument
please
is
listen,
that
please listen
all
to this,
all
'cause-
the
'cause
the
this
millions
history
of people who
matters.
lived
There
in-
are people in the
History
U.S. that don't
matters here.
associate with the American flag. Like,
Yes, in history, people could privately say they disliked the regime, right? But they were still forced to be a member of the group. Why? Because it was a single party nation. It was the only party to join, and they forced you and said you must join this. And if you don't, you either get punished or we're going to societally pressure you to join. Many of the people who were subsequently brought to court said, I actually hated the. They made me do it. They forced me to join. I didn't want to join. They forced me to join, right? So your argument is not backed up by the history because Germany was so pervasive in the area that it was that they literally forced people to carry the flag, to carry the belt buckle, to carry the card that said you're a part of this group.
So what you're telling me is because the nation's political stance at that time was, that means everyone in that nation was because
No,
Trump
it's
is the
dude. That was just the flag representing the nation.
You're
We're
muting me
making
when I'm making a point.
an idiotic point. That's why I'm muting you. You made
It's
a
the
dumb point.
that proves you wrong, and you don't want to
Okay,
hear it.
okay, go for it. Go for it, buddy. Go for it. We'll wait, and I'll disprove you right
Well,
after.
it's just
I'll wait.
this whole thing y'all are saying. It's like if you were born in Germany, that does not mean you hated Jewish individuals and you wanted them all, and you were not, and you followed. That just means you were a German living in Germany during the power of the Nazi times. So right now, if Trump is president and we are under a Republican president, does that mean everyone in America is Republican?
No, because
No.
we are not
Just means-
totalitarian.
No one
I
said
don't
that.
force
It
people
just
to
means
join
that's
groups.
who's in charge of our
No one
government
said
right
that.
now.
No one's made this claim.
No, but you made the claim that all these people were, but they're not. It's only
I didn't make it.
people
I
who
didn't,
choose to
dude.
be
I
that.
made a claim that that's what the flag was that represented the nation. That's all the claim I made was. That's it.
And then he, Rockin went
Just call me
and
Matt.
did
Just call me
the
Matt, please. Call me Matt.
Matt. I'm sorry, I didn't
That's
know.
okay. And that's all right. That's all right.
So Matt went into the whole thing about how he was talking about how in court they forced. So
I was yes,
if they're
and
saying
and
they
I
were
was responding
forced,
to you saying that no, that not everybody was not. Yes, we all know that. Which is why I added the caveat that people could privately not like them, but like socially they had to join because that's what dictatorships do. They make you join the group. Do you think everybody in China right now is
Hey,
like a
Matt, I don't
cartoon-
mean to cut you off, but I don't think this is any of this conversation is at all relevant
okay.
to the very
Alright,
point of what I brought this. All I said was that it's just a flag that represents a nation, and you're trying to muddy the water and talk about random bullshit. Nothing to do with the point that I brought up, at all. Nothing to do with the point that I brought up.
All right,
The
so
point that I brought
your
up was
point is
literally
it's
just a flag that represents a nation. Okay, that's it.
So the German flag represents Germany. Last time I
Now
checked.
it does.
It's not
Now
like
it
that
does.
flag-
But at that time, it was the flag. So I'm saying
at that time, the German flag exists, and it still exists today.
Okay, I'm about to kick you because you're just too dumb to have a conversation with. Genuinely, like
It's
I
not
don't
that
think
I'm too
I don't
dumb,
even
it's
think a
you're just trying to
conversation is
say-
viable with you, dude. Like I'm serious.
just
What
one
what is
second.
this? What are we doing right now?
Jake, you do know that the current German flag is not similar to the old German flag, right?
But you get was the current American flag similar, or the past? I'm sorry, past American flag
No.
similar to the.
But what's your point by making that? Because they don't use the flag anymore.
So is
we
the
don't use
Republican
the flag.
flag the symbol of America right now?
No, it's the American
Because
flag.
that is the political
It's the
party
American
in
flag.
power.
It's the American
No.
flag.
Okay, so the political party in power in America is the Republicans, or
Uh-huh.
Trump in the. So
If Trump changed the
Republican
flag of
flag-
America to a different flag, should it be illegal to burn that flag?
if it's like if it's yes, or I'm sorry, if it's should it be illegal to burn that flag? Yes. If it's like reasonable, if he changes
And
it
should
to
it
like
still be illegal to
an
burn?
elephant.
Well, should it still be illegal to burn the other American flag, the one that it was prior?
But see, it never changed the official.
Well,
Dan,
what
dude,
about
I
him?
want I want him to answer this question really badly, really badly. If it was the case
All
that
right, what question?
Trump made a whole new flag for America, should it still be
All right.
illegal to burn our current American flag right now?
Our current American flag.
Yes.
Like you're saying, If he
Which
changed
would
to
have
a
been
new
the one in
one,
the
is
past.
it
Yes.
illegal to burn the old one?
Yes.
Um,
The Stars and
I would
Stripes.
say yes, because that is still representative of America.
Okay, exactly. So then, under your view, because it's representative of a nation, even if it's not the current representation of that nation, it should still be illegal to burn that flag.
Party
Under
was a
your
political
view,
party. Google it. The Nazi
it
Party
was
was a
also the
political party, not a
representation of
nation.
Germany at that time.
A political party in charge of a
It
nation
was
is not
also
a
the
nation.
representation of that Germany at
Do you
that time.
understand the fact that a nation and a political party are two separate entities?
Yeah,
The
I
Republicans,
totally
the
understand that.
Democrats
I
in
totally
America.
understand that. I never made that claim. Same as if Trump made a whole new flag, right? It would be the case that both of them, under your view, would be an American flag, right? It would just be the new flag that Trump created. I'm so confused. At that flag, that was the German. At that time, that was the German flag. Okay.
But it was
So-
never the flag of the nation. You're saying
Yes, it
Trump
was.
Yes,
created-
it was, dude. I can't
Yes, it
do
was.
this, man. There's no way this person's real. I had a comment
was
I saw on.
forever-
Stop talking
was-
for a second. Hold up, Jake. I had a comment on YouTube. I saw actually 2 of them where people were like, I just genuinely can't believe that Parker's show is real. They're like, I just can't do it. I can't believe it's real. And
I
you
don't
know
believe
what?
I'm real, frankly.
I feel you. I want to believe that what my live is not real, but it literally is. It's literally real. Like, I don't pay people to come on my stream. These are random
you just
people
like to
that just show up in
insult
my
people
guest box on everything I love in my life. They're random people that show up into my guest box. It's nuts. I don't understand how it happens. I wish that it wasn't the case. It's unbelievable. It's diabolical.
So
It
you
is-
just want to insult the people who have different
No,
views as
Jake,
you.
no. We're just
But
trying to
this
make
is
you
what he's
understand.
doing. It's people who-
Jake, please listen. We're trying to make you understand, okay? Do you... Let me break it down this way. And Parker, tell me to shut up if you want me to shut up. But
No, you're go for it. Go
let
for
me
it.
let me just try to break it down this way, okay? Do you agree that the... I can't believe I'm having this conversation. That the flag represented the nation of Germany? Yes or no? That the flag was the symbolic...
It was the symbolic representation of the political party in charge of the country Germany.
Okay. Okay.
At that time, what was the flag of Germany?
The German flag that existed before the Nazi Party and after the Nazi Party. The only difference is the Nazi Party was in full power, so their flag is obviously plastered everywhere. It doesn't. Their flag, their
So you
symbol,
said
whatever.
the flag at the time of Nazi Germany was the flag of prior to Nazi Germany and after Nazi Germany. That makes
So if
no
you
sense.
If you look at
that
the
literally doesn't
German
make any
flag
sense.
through the years,
You said the flag
world-
underneath that time period wasn't the flag underneath that time period. What the are you saying?
Please go Google the official
Me?
flag of Germany.
You want me to Google it? How about you look it up, please? Look up your own source.
You
Look at
keep
it.
muting me.
Yes, I am going to keep muting you because what you're saying is
Are
ridiculous
you
and
this
absurd.
bothered?
Yes, I am bothered by this absurd argument. I genuinely am. Like, I can't believe you're
All
dying
right,
on
may
this
I-
hill.
may I make
You
one
told me
point
to go
about
look it up. How about you go look it up for 1 second? I'm serious. Go look it up.
All right, I will. Was it kick me out of this if I swipe out?
No, it won't. Is he back? Hello? Jake, are you there?
Yeah, I know. I'm here. I'm just waiting.
What did your lookup end up with?
So my lookup actually, I didn't know this. So during that time, from the Germany reign, it started as a flag. It was actually white, black, and red, and then they transitioned into some like similar to the China flag. It's like big dot, like red, white. Yeah, with Matt, I'm sure.
So, do you know what the Weimar Republic was?
I do not.
Okay, that's the German Reich that directly preceded Germany. Okay, the Weimar Republic was still in power when the H-man joined up. He destroyed it by making himself dictator, and thus he replaced the Weimar Republic flag with the flag with the thing on it. That and that was the flag of the nation, of the government from 1935 to 1945.
Yeah, if you look it up, it literally tells you the first thing you look up. Look up what was the German flag during Germany, and it literally tells you. You also can look at Britannica. I mean, like there's the National Museum of American History. I mean, you can look all over, and it shows this. If you did one search, if you actually did that search, you would have seen that.
I was on Wikipedia, which I'm sure
No,
people
that's
are on
fine.
Wikipedia.
No, that's fine.
And what did Wikipedia say?
It's all it does is associate.
It literally says under Germany, if you look under the flag of Germany, under Wikipedia, it literally says Germany was the flag between 1933 and 45.
So yes, all I'm reading again, all these say is this was the flag plastered all around Germany, and because not Germany was a dictatorship, meaning, I mean, you guys know what a dictatorship is, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, do
So
you?
yes, I know what a dictatorship is.
Okay.
So Nazi flag was the flag of the Nazi Party during Germany in
Also,
World
the
War II.
national flag. I double checked because I looked it up too on Wikipedia because I wanted to go to your source, right? It says underneath the flag, it says the national flag of Nazi Germany and the representation of the Nazi Party. The same way that the flag of the Weimar Republic was the national flag of Germany at the time and of everybody within that flag. They replaced it. You don't replace something if that flag is only your political symbol. Why did they replace the old flag? It's because they wanted to get rid of the national symbol that represented the nation.
Hey, dude, you can just concede on this
They
point. This is embarrassing at this point.
It's not embarrassing.
It
It's
really is.
embarrassing that you guys can't seem to like realize that the disassociation between the Nazi Party and Germany at that time.
No, Jake, this is what you're not understanding, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on it, and I think we do need to move on a little bit because we've been talking about the H-Man more than I have in the past, like, 10 years. But listen, what you're not understanding is that is that the party did not just have the flag for themselves. What they did was they took the old flag, which was the flag that represented the nation, right, for like 30, 40 years, right? They took
Yeah.
that away and they replaced it with the party flag. So not only was the flag representing the party, which you are correct, it did represent the party, but it represented the nation because they made it the official flag of all Germany. The same way that if Donald Trump, for example, had a party flag and he got rid of the flag that we currently have and he replaced it with the party flag, that flag would both be a party flag and a flag of the nation. Do you now understand?
You're saying if Trump replaced the American flag with a party flag, it would become
It would be, yes, if he got rid of, the a red, white, and blue flag, right, and replaced it with a completely different flag, right? That flag would not just be a representation of Trump and his party, but a representation of the entire nation. Now he can't do that, but if he did that, that would mean that flag is now our flag. It's the flag of America. The same thing happened in Germany. They invented a flag that represented the party, and then they replaced the old national flag with the party flag, thus making the party flag the national flag of Germany. Like, it's not that hard to understand that all they did was they took the old one, they said no more with this one, and then they replaced it.
I can't believe we have to go over
I
this so
think
much.
I think what you're saying is a very good point. I'm agreeing with you on like I get what you're saying. I understand that's a good point. But what I'm trying to tell you is H-Man, whatever you want to call him, when he was at the in power, he did not go and officially say this flag is gone. This is the new flag. It was never that. It was always
Yes,
just
they
this is
did.
the
They did
flag.
They
indicate
passed
that
the
it was the
law.
national flag. Yes, they did.
They passed
Okay,
the
Show
law.
me the
hey
law.
Jake, I'm
Show
not
me the
having this
law.
I'm not having this conversation anymore. We could provide that for you. I'm not having this conversation anymore. This is crazy that you've taken it to this extent to literally run around the question about burning the flag. Like, come
Okay,
on, bro.
can I just
That's
You
Parker,
crazy
took it
to
to
me.
this extent. You were the
Parker,
first one
you're
to
going to
bring up.
hate
You
me,
were
and
like,
I know you hate me, but he challenged me to name the law. I'm going to name the law, and then we
Go
can move
ahead.
on. Okay, it was called the Reich Flag Law of 1935, where they replaced the Weimar flag with the flag that had on it as the national flag of the German Reich. Boom, September 15th, 1935.
Debunked, destroyed.